Hello, grade 2 learners, how are you? Today we are going to learn more about nouns. But first, let's remember together what is a noun. A noun is a person, a place, animal, or thing. A person like girl or boy, a place like school or home, an animal like dog or bee, and a thing like book or flower. In this video, we are going to remember together what is rule number 1 and what are singular and plural nouns. Let's remember together. First of all, a singular noun names one person, one place, one thing, or one animal. It has two key words, so I can know that it's a singular noun if I have a or one. That's a trick. Then, for plural nouns, they name more than one place, more than one person, more than one animal, and more than one thing. And they have also keywords like many, some, a lot, two, or three. Rule number 1. Now, together we are going to remember rule number 1. Here are examples. 1 or a cube, 2 cubes. 1 or a cub, a lot of cubs. 1 or a plum, some plums. 1 or a mule, 3 mules. What did we notice, or what can we remember about rule number 1? Rule number 1 tells us to add s to make the plural of most noun. Like in these 4 examples, we only add s to get the plural of this noun. Like 2 cubes, a lot of cubs, plums, and mules. Let's guess rule number 2. Okay, so it's a new rule. Here are examples for us to guess rule number 2. A or one bus ends with SS. 2 buses. A or one box ends with an X. 4 boxes. A or one wish ends with SH. 6 wishes. Okay. A or one beach ends with SCH. 2 beaches. All right. And finally, a or one bus, 3 buses. Rule number 2. What does rule number 2 tell us? Here are examples. One or a fox, two foxes. One or a bush, three bushes. One or a lunch, many lunches. One or a bus, many buses. Okay, rule number 2 tells us to add es to make the plural of the nouns that end in s, sh, ch, or x. Okay, like bus, it ends with ss, so I add only es. Bush ends with sh, so I add an es at the end. Lunch ends with ch, so I add es. And fox ends with nx, so I add es according to rule number 2. Then we are going to guess the first part of rule number 3. So rule number 3 has 2 parts. The first one is, we're going to figure it out from these examples. A or one story. A or one baby. A or one duty. A or one family. Okay, what did we notice from these 4 examples? Grade 2B students. We notice that the 4 words all end with a Y. Okay. We also notice that the letter Y is preceded by a consonant letter like R, B, T, L. So before the letter Y, we have a consonant letter. Okay. Now we are going to see the plural of the following nouns. 2 stories. Many babies. Okay, so what happened to the Y? Some duties and a lot of families. Okay, what can we notice now? Let's figure it out. Rule number 3. Like one or a story, 2 stories. What happened? Rule number 3 tell us to drop the Y, means to cross the letter Y, and to add IES, like here. In story, we cross the Y and add IES to have stories, and to make the plural of the nouns that end with Y, like story, it ends with a Y, and have before the Y a consonant letter. So rule number 3 tell us to drop the Y, cross the Y, and add IES for the words that end with Y preceded by a consonant letter. Okay, finally, let's guess the second part of rule number 3. What do you think is it about? Let's see. A or one day. A or one boy. A or one key. A or one guy. What did we notice here? We notice that all the words end in Y. So they, boy, key, guy, they all end with a Y. And the Y is preceded by a vowel. So before the letter Y, I have A, O, E, U. And these are vowels. They are not consonant letters. So what do we do here in this case? 2 days. Many boys. Some keys. A lot of guys. So what did you notice here for the words ending with a Y and preceded by a vowel? Now we will figure it out in rule number 3. Rule number 3. One or a toy, many toys. Rule number 3 tells us to add an S to make the plural of nouns that end with a Y preceded by a vowel. Okay, like in one or a toy, many toys, it ends with a Y, and before the Y we have a vowel letter. Vowels are O, A, U, I, and E. For this case, we only add an S for the plural nouns to get or to apply rule number 3. Okay. Finally, I want to tell you that the nouns that follow one of the rules, the rule number 1, rule number 2, and rules number 3 are called regular nouns. Alright, so the nouns that follow these 3 rules are called regular nouns. Okay. Finally, grade 2, I want you to read and solve pages 32 and 35 in the nouns booklet. Thank you for watching.